Happy New Year. This is the 5th of 2026. Karibu nisema 2025.
Get to the program. Get with the program.
It's the first show of the year. Welcome. How has the holidays treated you? But I hope you have spent your time well. Welcome to the program. My name is Mike Migwi. I'm not alone. The team is here. Vivian, Happy New Year. And how was your Christmas holiday?
Happy New Year, Mike. Happy New Year, Marie. And Happy New Year to each and every one of you who is our viewer. We are glad that you are here with us. You know, it's a new year. How my holidays were, they were really, really amazing. It was a good time, you know, with family and all. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel it like it really flew past us. Like 1 minute we were on holiday and then the next year, here we are. But
I thought I was alone. I don't know about you, Barry, but the holiday,
it's flown actually. But for me, I think I was in working mode because we worked over the Christmas holiday, really. And then just a week ago, we took a break for 1 week, and then we are back. So I feel like I've just been on work mode, actually. Not necessarily like a holiday. Took a break, yes. But the holiday has flown so fast. Sometimes I'm wondering which one has become shorter. Is it the day or the night, such that, you know, time is really moving very fast.
But you know what they say, time really moves fast when you're having fun.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
When you're busy.
And when it comes to realities of life, it waits for no one. So whatever you have to do, you must take good advantage of the time that you have. You know, today I'm not going to start with a quote because a new year is a new beginning. But I'm going to interest you with I'm going to quote the Bible today.
All right.
I'm quoting Isaiah 43, 18 to 19. And I will read, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am going to do a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." It's all about starting anew. Forget about the mistakes of 2025 and start anew. Exactly.
They say it's like you've been handed over a clear or blank page. You know, it's now up to you to start writing afresh your story.
Indeed.
You know, so do it afresh this time round. And in line with that, today being a Monday, we usually have Family Check right here on Good Morning Kenya, and our topic of conversation will be New Year mental preparedness. Just how prepared are you for the new year, mentally speaking? Are you the kind who's now sitting down writing your resolutions now? Did you already do that by the end of last year? Just how prepared are you mentally to take over this brand new year that has just begun, that is the year 2026? We'll be talking about that, and I'll be joined on set by one Joshua Karanja, who is a trainer and a mentor. We'll also have Cleopa Njiro, who is a counseling psychologist, as well as Mike, who's a trainer, mentor, and the CEO Pro Mentors Africa. You definitely want to stay tuned for that conversation that will be coming your way at 9 a.m. Mike, I'm sure you'll be talking politics. Oh yes, politically speaking, you know, a lot has been happening, and even as we enter 2026, of course, we'll see shifting political alliances, matters to do with economic pressures, and also what you'd say positioning for 2027. So what does 2026 mean politically for the country? That is the direction that we are going to take. And in studio, I will be joined by Peter Mutua Mutuku, who is a governance and leadership expert, Jacob Omondi, who is a lawyer and political strategist, Kennedy Obuya, who is a UDA chairman, Homa Bay County, and also Kevin Osido, who is the executive director, County Governance Watch. That is a conversation that will be coming to you exactly after the news. Marie.
Indeed, thank you very much, Mike and Vivian. I have a different view, you know, sitting on a clean slate, or are you seeing the glass half full or half empty? You know, for me, that's the way I look at it. Because whatever experiences you could have had in 2025, you just build on that. So it's either there are lessons or you're building further.
Exactly.
You know? So no mistakes in life, there are only lessons. That's my principle normally in life.
Yeah.
Like, there are no mistakes.
Yeah.
The only thing is to learn the lesson from whatever it is that you thought was not working for you. So it's time just to build up on what you had. It's never wasted time.
And actually, might I add?
So, but looking forward to the best year ever.
Yes.
2026. And the goal always is to be better, in everything that you do. Be a better person to yourself first, and then to others. So for me, I'm looking forward to a very bright year, of course.
Marie, if I may buttress what you've said,
yes,
I think it can be summarized in one statement. The biggest mistake you can make is never to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. They say the first time is not a mistake, but if you do it the second time, then if you do it the third time, then that's a habit.
It's a pattern.
And actually, a habit is if you say, oh, this is me, I get angry, you're choosing because you're aware, something you're not aware of, a habit you're not aware of. But the minute you get aware, you become aware of it, then it's a choice you're making. It's no longer a mistake anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Mike and Vivian. Thank you also for making the time for us this morning. Of course, the school term has begun, So most of public schools will be opening today. And I think the school term is running all the way to April. So there is a lot of activity as far as the schools are concerned. Also, it was not a very good Christmas, or at least holiday for some people. Remember the collapse of the building in South Sea. They're still working on retrieving. I think there was one more body that they were still searching for. So there are those people who are still in mourning, and we really feel for them at this hour and this time of the year. They're beginning the year with a lot of stress and all that. So I'd bring you up to speed with all that in the news this morning, and we begin right there in South Sea, where one body has been recovered from the rubble of a collapsed building in South Sea, Nairobi, as search operations enter the final stages. Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Geoffrey Ruku, flanked by leaders from Marsabit and Nairobi counties, have assured affected families that the government will meet all funeral and medical costs, even as investigations into the cause of the collapse nears completion. Now, meanwhile, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja is demanding the return of prosecutorial powers against rogue developers.
Search teams continued to work day and night at the site of a 14-story building which collapsed in South Sea, Nairobi, with the government saying operations are now about 70% complete, with safety remaining the top priority. Speaking at the site Sunday afternoon, Cabinet Secretary for Public Service Geoffrey Ruku confirmed that one unidentified male adult was recovered this afternoon.
The necessary procedures, including identification and further processing by the relevant authorities, are currently underway in line with the established protocols.
There is another young man down there. I hope and wish in the next maybe an hour or two, that body also should be recovered.
The CS assured Kenyans that the government remains fully committed to accounting for all victims and bringing the operation to a safe conclusion. The government has pledged to meet all mortuary, medical and burial costs for the affected families and warned that anyone found culpable will face the law once investigations are concluded.
Of course, we know there was a stop order as per the August 11 of 2025. We know the Nairobi City government officials came to do supervision sometimes in March, and there is one who was thrown from third floor and he broke his leg and he was in hospital for quite some time. All these crimes committed, those who are concerned will pay.
Leaders who accompanied the CS, including Nairobi Women Representative Esther Passaris, called for strict enforcement of building regulations and accountability.
So I would just want to say that as a government, we are giving our best and doing our best through His Excellency, who has even sent his condolences, and we have just passed his message.
To the contractors out there, don't think that this will not happen to your building if you cut corners. And to Nairobi County, I think it's time for the work that you do to be taken a bit more seriously. We cannot have buildings that are marked X that have been condemned a year ago still continuing.
Speaking separately, Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, who also toured the site, defended the county government's role, stating that the building had received statutory approvals but admitted enforcement challenges once developments are approved.
Now, we wrote and I instructed the county secretary in 2023 to write to the Architectural Association, to the Engineers Association, because what happens, some rogue developers, and this could be one of them, they only use the professionals to get an approval. Once you get the approval, anajenga tu na foreman. Ongeza hapa, pandisha hapa, badilisha, which is wrong.
He, however, assured residents that the county will push for prosecution of all culpable parties, including developers, contractors, and professionals involved.
We want those prosecutorial powers back. So we'll be, and I've spoken to the DCI, that, let us not have that story. The same thing happened when we were in Kasarani in 2022, where that building collapsed, which had been an enforcement notice. NC had put an X, the county had put an X, they continued building, they would come at night, and that cat and mouse game makes you lose out.
President William Ruto has warned of stern action against those who are still in possession of illegal firearms, directing that they surrender them to the police or church leaders. While in Kerio Valley for an interdenominational Thanksgiving for peace after years of banditry and cattle rustling conflicts, the head of state said the government would use all resources at its disposal to ensure all illegal guns are surrendered back to the state.
President Ruto on Sunday joined residents of Chesombor in West Pokot, part of the Kerio Valley, in a Thanksgiving service for peace. The president said he was happy that peace had been restored along the Kerio Valley thanks to the collaboration between the security agencies and residents.
In a very special way, that today in Kerio Valley, we have witnesses, we have testimonies of what God has done through our administration to restore peace, stability, and the unity of the people of this Kerio Valley.
While appreciating the hard work of security agencies in the area, President Ruto noted that consistency, planning and strategy had aided peace restoration, which will now be a catalyst for development, trade and investment.
Mimi nafurahi sasa sehemu hii mambo ya stock theft imeisha. Mimi sasa nawaambia hii Januari tunauza hisa ya kampuni ya Kenya Pipeline. Kujeni sasa mununue shares ile stock exchange. Kwa sababu mmewachana na hii stock theft. Sasa kujeni tufanye stock exchange.
But the president was quick to issue a warning to those still in possession of illegal guns in the area, asserting government's resolve to mop up all firearms in the wrong hands.
Kila mtu mwenye bado wako na bunduki, na wewe si polisi, na uko na bunduki kwako, my friend, please, harakisha. Lete bunduki, patia kwa bishop, patia kwa polisi. Usipofanya hivyo, we are going to come for it. Tutakuja kuchukua hiyo bunduki. Na tukikuja kuchukua hiyo bunduki, utakipata.
Hakuna amani itapatikana Kenya, kwa sehemu yote ya Kenya, kama bunduki bado iko katika mkono ya mwananchi ambaye hafai kuwa na bunduki. Hata tukiongea mama ya amani hapa, muniite barasa miangapi. Mimi nimewahi kuwa senator kwa hii region. Haiwezekani kuongea na mtu mwenye ako bunduki.
To boost the peace efforts, the president announced key development projects that include infrastructure development and improved access to water for domestic use and irrigation.
Ile kitu mimi nawauliza viongozi wa hapa na viongozi wa sehemu hii yote, jameni, nawauliza tushirikiane na tufanye kazi pamoja. Interest yetu kama viongozi isizidi interest ya wananchi ambao wametupatia nafasi ya kuwaongoza.
Once more, Ruto tore into the opposition, challenging them to account for years they served in government.
3 things are going to be very important for us to move Kenya forward. Every leader must have, number 1, a track record. Number 2, they must have a plan. And number 3, they must tell us how they are going to achieve it.
Later, President Ruto inspected construction works on the 15 billion shillings worth Barpelo-Tot-Marich bus road.
Now, after days of quiet streets and closed shops, Nairobi is coming back to life again. The festive calm is giving way to the familiar rhythm of a working city as commuters, traders and family ease back into their routines. From bus stages that is to school supply shops, the message is clear: the holiday is over and the normal life is returning. Aaron Marie visited different sectors and compiled this report.
At one of Nairobi's busiest bus terminals, travelers are ready to their normal routines as they return to the city from upcountry. The crowds are smaller compared to the festive rush, but the urgency is unmistakable. Passengers say the mood has shifted to calmer and more organized as people refocus on work, school, and the responsibilities of the new year.
Kulingana na services hapa, fare imerudi tu normal. Gari zinabeba tu according to the capacity yenye inahitajika. Hakuna inconveniences ziko mali. So, sisi tuko tu sawa.
Drivers and transport operators confirm the transition. Traffic volumes are rising steadily, and with more vehicles returning to the roads, they are urging fellow drivers to prioritize safety over speed. This comes as authorities warn that the post-holiday travel period remains risky.
Ningeongea kwa madereva wenzangu. Haijalishi ni kampuni gani, lakini tukue waangalifu barabarani kwa sababu wengine hawako waangalifu. Na ningeomba ndio tuweze ku maintain customers wetu.
Sasa hata magari mabovu, biashara ikinoga, huwa tu wanaweka magari barabarani. Mtu mwingine pia anahesabu zile ruti ameenda. Sasa hata mtu amechoka hajapumzika, ana lazima tena apangiwe ruti nyingine aende. Hizo ndio husababisha maisha kupotea mengi, maana uchovu wa mwili na uchovu wa magari hayapati muda wa kuenda kwa service.
But not everyone is smiling. Along Nairobi streets, photographers and informal traders say business has slowed sharply as priorities shifted.
Last year festive season was amazing. People spend a lot of money, but when it came to January, I don't know, ni sola ama ni mfuko imekata, but everything will be good.
Hapa saa hii nao kumekauka, unaona watu wanajipanga issue na school fees. Ndio msimamisha anafikiria apige picha ama ni school fees. Hata vile wanarudi hivi saa hakuna mboga, unaona tumetulia tu.
In shopping areas, parents move quickly through crowded stores, buying uniforms, books, and stationery. With schools reopening, many say finances are stretched, but hope remains high that the year ahead will bring stability.
Rushing, so the price has to be a bit up compared to last year. So maybe even if I can tell the other parents, it's always good to do things earlier rather than the rush hour.
Business owners describe a slow but steady return to normal trading after the festive peak in early January lull.
Tuna expect biashara yetu anze kufungua kuanzia next week on Wednesday. Ndio itaanza kufungua. Lakini sasa hii wakati wa rush, sasa hii ni wakati wa wazazi wanachukua viatu za shule.
Outside of Nairobi, major highways and bus terminals across the country are experiencing increased activities. As December holiday activities come to an end, a surge in travelers has been recorded nationwide. In Mombasa and other major towns, passengers have thronged bus stations only to face vehicle shortages, double fares and long waiting hours, piling pressures on families already grappling with tough economic conditions.
Hii usafiri imekuwa ghali sana kwa sasa. Kwa maana tunaona kama juzi travel kutoka Kitale hadi hapa. unaona ni 4,000. Kwa mwananchi hiyo ni bei ghali sana.
Tulikuwa tuondoke saa 8:15, kwa sasa gari haijafika na itafika kuchelewa. Tunaomba tu waende kwa mwendo pole, wasilete ajali barabarani.
Transport operators say they are taking steps to enhance safety, ensuring vehicles are roadworthy and drivers are well rested. Some travelers have praised NTSA and police road safety campaigns, noting the visible persons in highways. As the festive season comes to an end, the city is slowly coming back to normal.
The city is indeed back to normal. All Saints Cathedral Provost Evans Omolo has called upon the government to consider extending reporting dates for grade 10 learners by 2 weeks. The provost says that the church has received numerous complaints by congregants who say they need more time to navigate the uncertainties around the placement. Some of the parents have complained of female learners being placed in boys' schools and vice versa, hence the need to apply for further review.
Inaugural grade 10 class is set to report to the respective senior schools on the 12th of January 2026 for the start of the academic year. However, the uncertainty surrounding placement to schools has caught the attention of the church, with the clergy now intervening on behalf of parents.
There has been quite a lot of problems in the placement of students joining grade 10 around issues of boys placed in girls' schools and girls placed in boys' schools and others placed in locations that are undesirable or difficult for the parents to manage.
Provost Omolo is urging the Ministry of Education to consider extending the reporting dates for grade 10 to give parents and learners more time to get placement for their children and adequately prepare.
The CS for Education considers extending the period for reporting of grade 10 pupils by, at best, 2 more weeks to allow parents to navigate the murky waters of placement and switching of schools.
The Ministry of Education had announced that the window for further review of placement will be reopened from the 6th to 9th of January 2026.
We want to ask the Cabinet Secretary to further consider re-evaluating and redesigning the process of managing requests for replacements to other schools, which unfortunately is being done on the portal, which is jammed, is not working, declining. If in the interim, to manage the ongoing crisis, head teachers and heads of institutions could be allowed to make those changes when parents go to apply for replacements, that would then mitigate the crisis we have.
According to a statement by the Ministry of Education on the 30th of December 2025, a total of 355,457 learners had applied for review of placement. Out of this number, 211,636 applications were approved. However, 143,821 were declined due to a number of reasons, including absence of preferred subject combinations or the lack of capacity in the selected schools.
And most parents in Kajiado County are struggling to raise school fees and other necessities, with their livestock unable to fetch good prices due to decreased purchasing power. Some of the parents who appeared at the markets in the area with their livestock lamented that the prices have dropped from the previous 100,000 shillings for a mature cow to as low as 20,000 shillings. They attribute the situation to the long droughts in the area and a rise in the cost of living.
One of the livestock markets in Kajiado County. Livestock farmers are here to sell their livestock in anticipation to the reopening of schools this Monday. But the situation has left them distressed.
Tunapofungua shule, tunalia kama wazazi. Tunalia kwa sababu ng'ombe ndio tegemeo la wakaaji wa Kajiado. Lakini kwa msimu kama hii shule zikifunguliwa, tunalia maana bei iko chini na itabaki kwamba watoto wengi hawataweza kwenda shule.
Hatujui kama watoto wataenda shule. Watoto hawezi enda shule juu mang'ombe ziko chini. Bei kumechuka kabisa, kiangazi natusumbua. Kwa hivyo hatuoni kama watoto wataweza fungua shule tarehe 5 ndio inafunguliwa kesho.
The persistent drought and poor purchasing power due to the high cost of living has pushed down the prices of a mature cattle from a whooping of 100,000 shillings to only around 20,000 shillings.
Tuko hapa sokoni na vile tunavyoshuhudia mambo ya soko haiendi vile, maana bei ya ng'ombe imeteremka kabisa. Haswa siku ya leo unaiona kwamba wanunuzi hawako katika soko.
Wakati ilikuwa na kiangazi nilikuwa na ng'ombe 46. Sasa zimekufa na kiangazi, imebaki na ng'ombe 17. Sasa ninaona ni mbaya wakati huu kwa sababu hata ile bei ambayo nilikuwa natarajia kuuza haiendi.
Concerns have also been raised about a drop in learners resuming studies, with the pastoralist communities having relocated to neighboring counties in search of pasture and water. The parents are now calling on the Ministry of Education to reduce the fees in public schools.
Langu la kwa serikali ninaomba waangalie wananchi kwa sababu area ni mbaya. Biashara ni mbaya, wananchi wanaumia, watoto wanaenda shule kilio, kwa hivyo naomba serikali waangalie area.
A look at sports now, where Kenyan tennis star Angela Okutoi produced a stunning performance on home soil to win the ITF W35 Nairobi title after defeating Italy's Martina Colmena 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 in a pulsating final played on Sunday. Rode on by a vocal home crowd, the 21-year-old Kenyan, a former junior Grand Slam champion, made a confident start by breaking Colmena's serve twice to take the opening set 6-3. Colmena, however, responded strongly in the second set, raising her level and exploiting unforced errors from the Kenyan to claim the set 6-3 and force a decider. Now, in the decisive third set, Okutoi mixed depth with well-timed winners to keep Colmena at bay before sealing the match 6-3.
Of course, this match is one of my goals. I wanted to win this match so bad because I've always lost in the finals, especially in the 25K. So this match, I just told myself to go play my best, and that's what I did, and I'm just happy for the win. And I was also doing for my aunt Cynthia.
Tough match. She's a very good player, and she played very good. I didn't play my best, but was tough in this condition with all the people against you. But anyway, it was a good match.
And Duncan Omala struck twice as Nairobi United registered an impressive 3-1 victory over Shabana FC in a in the Football Kenya Federation FKF League match that was played on Sunday afternoon at the Egusi Stadium. Omala opened the scoring for the Nai boys in the 18th minute before Enoch Mashaga added a second to make it 2-0. Omala scored his second of the match and a third for Nairobi United before Shabana scored one during stoppage time to make it 3-1. Following the win, Nairobi United now sits on the 9th position on the table with 19 points, while Shabana remained 4th with 23 points. In other results, Samuel Some's lone goal helped FC Leopards claim a 1-0 win over Bidco United. And we've come to the end of the bulletin this morning. As always, thank you for your time and your company. My name is Marie Yambo, wishing you all the best in this year 2026.